Hi, welcome to the ever popular mailbag segment where I open my mail. I've got 4 items today, 2 which look like they're from the same person, 1 little padded envelope and 1 cardboard box. Let's get to it. And if you want to send me stuff, send it to That Crazy Aussie Bloke, PO Box 7949, Baulkham Hills, BC, New South Wales, 2153, Australia, not Austria. And these 2 similar packages I got, they come from China. It's got the traditional Chinese custom form on the back. Contents, what is it? No idea, can't read that. But there's no address or name or anything like that, so I have no idea who actually sent this. But thank you very much. So let's rip it open. It's got a regular padded bag here, so let's just, don't need the knife for this, can just rip it open. And what do we got? Nope, nothing else in there. I've got, what on earth is this? Looks like a, what is it, a bag? No, it's a, oh, are you kidding me? This looks like a lady's. Oh no, I hang on. This is ridiculous. I don't know what they're what they were thinking when they sent this, but it looks like it's a lady's. I'm going to have to even put it back further. It looks like it's. Is it for Mrs. EEVblog? It's certainly not for me. It's a little, I don't even know the name for that. It's like a little black mini skirt, dressy kind of, I have lingerie kind of stuff. I have no idea. Haven't got a clue. But, oh, and there's a G, okay, it's lingerie. There's a G-string, folks. And that, no, is not a thong. No, you Yanks have it wrong. Thongs are what you wear on your feet. This is a G-string, not a thong. So that's for Mrs. EEVblog, for Mr. EEVblog's enjoyment, I'm sure. Thank you very much, whoever, the anonymous person who sent me that. That's my first non-electronic item. Hilarious. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm a bit nervous to open this second one here, which is obviously from the same person, because it's the same style of packaging. Comes from Hong Kong. They didn't come at the same time. They came a little bit apart, but gee, I don't know. Now I'm concerned. It's quite heavy. It's quite big. So once again, there's no other info in there. So I don't know who has sent this. But let's try and hack into the bubble wrap here. No, I'm really concerned. I have no idea what this is. It's a lot of bubble wrap. It's a lot of bubble wrap. What is it? Oh, look. Oh, it's a watch. Beautiful. There's a multimeter. Oh, it's a bonanza. It's a bonanza. We've got digital calipers. A watch. Let's have it. Hang on. We've got a scale. One of these little micro scales. Brilliant. 5 kilos times 1 gram. Brilliant. Definitely use those in the lab here. Digital caliper, operating instructions. This is all the finest stuff that China has to offer. Brilliant. And I've got a cheap ass $2 multimeter. Oh yes. Doesn't get any better than that for your cheap ass $2 multimeter. Woohoo! That'll work a treat. So I can definitely use this sucker as a sacrificial meter in, I don't know, I can blow the shit out of it, I can drop it. Oh, possibilities are endless. And as always with one of these One Hung Low brand meters, something doesn't work. In this case, the backlight. Complete fail. But let's have a look at this watch. Oh, feels really, really cheap. Let's see if we can have a look at this. It's a TV DVD remote control watch, a TV 12. whatever that is. It's a touch panel watch. Oh, look at that. It's just got one dodgy LED in the corner there, so it's sort of, they're trying to light up the entire screen by one corner, and it's just a fail, really. I mean, at least you have a couple, but you've just got this huge bright spot. And this is like the cheapest quality watch you can, it makes your skin crawl, really. You can barely see the font on these little buttons. That one says light. I wonder if it, light, and then there's set, there's mode, presumably. Oh, it beeps too. It's got a stopwatch. Whatever that is, I don't know. No idea. It's only got a couple of modes. God, come out TV, DVD. So, I don't know. No idea. There, what's that? Okay, there, up, down buttons, set. Yeah, terribly exciting stuff. And there is the little infrared LED on the top. What is that? An LKM? IKM? I presume that's an L with a big, underline kind of thing. LKM TV 12. Cheap. I'm sure they churn these out for about 50 cents. And that LCD really is hard to use, except anything face on and slightly down. If you try and go slightly up, trust me, that's not the camera. That is actually vanishing. I can't read that as well. That's just, it's not a great LCD as you'd expect in these really cheap one hung low brand, absolutely churned out at the cheapest possible price, put the minimum amount of design effort into them, and it's got four, are they even buttons? No, they're not buttons on the side. They look like buttons. They've made them look like big press buttons, but they've done a touchscreen watch. Why? Really? I don't see the point. Just put proper buttons on the side. Ugh, fail. And if you get this screen at just the right angle, you can see the touch panel. You can see the line on the touch panel like that. So they've got 3 columns down like that. You can see the break in the column there and down there. I'm pretty sure you can, and then it goes across there like that. So there's 3 parts to it, that one, and that one by the looks of it. And you can just get that at the right angle. You can see that from quite a few angles. It's actually rather distracting, and comes up a lot. And it sort of eats into the clarity of the display. So it's really, a poor choice to go for a touch panel display like this when you can just put buttons instead of putting fake buttons on here. Give me a break. Come on. To make it look like a real watch, we'll put fake buttons, but we'll put a touch panel to make it all funky. And then we'll put a backlight, and we'll goof that as well by just having, not a nice even LED backlight with, the lights coming in the side and the light pipe and the whole thing evenly lighting up, or even an EL backlight or something like that. No, they've got to goof it by just having one LED in the corner like that. Unbelievable. Now, unfortunately, these digital calipers, that screen looks like it's been smashed. Oh, it has. Oh, what a bummer. There's bits of glass, shattered glass everywhere. That's a shame. That's a nice, big, readable LCD otherwise. Much bigger than the one I've currently got. Does it still, there's a bit of, that's really crusty operation there. But if I zero that out, I think it's got all glass caught in the sliding mechanism. Yeah, it doesn't quite go back to zero. There's almost. But I think it needs a good cleanup, but thank you very much. That's going to be very handy indeed. Have a second one. I don't actually have one at home, so I might clean up the LCD glass on that. I'm going to have to scrape it all out. It'll still operate without the glass, of course, and try and clean the mechanism up, give it a bit of a lube or something like that, and it should work just a treat. And the interesting thing about these calipers is that most of them, and this one does by the looks of it, it's got one of these data ports in there. You can see the pads directly on the PCB, and don't quote me, I don't exactly remember, but it is like a either like it's some form of serial output, whether it's sort of like a UART RS-232 type compatible, whether it's a SPI, I can't exactly remember. I'd have to look that up. But yeah, apparently you can get the data out of these very easily and interface them to a microcontroller and use them for all sorts of weird and wonderful projects, because these the mechanism used to detect the absolute position of these things is, you know, extremely accurate. So these things can be very, very useful to hack into and use for other projects. So maybe I'll use this as an experimental hack one, maybe, because these are quite cheap these days. You know, you can pick them up. I can remember back when, you know, a pair of digital calipers, you know, geez, cost you a week's wages or something like that. And but these days, you know, I don't know, what do you pick them up for? Probably in China you pick them up for $5 or $10 tops, something like that. So they've mass produced these things. But anyway, thank you very much. And for the lingerie, brilliant. And here's the scale, another really dodgy quality LCD display there. Got a horrible viewing angle and stuff like that. It's really quite washed out, but I don't know, assuming it's accurate. What is my, there we go, 45 grams. It's 1 gram resolution, of course, up to 5 kilos for just this little plate. That's a lot, but there you go, 45 grams for my Swiss Army knife Victorinox mini champ there. And of course, not legal for trade. Brilliant. So thank you very much to the anonymous person who sent me all that stuff. If you want to remain anonymous, that's just fine and dandy. Thank you for the selection of finely crafted and finely engineered products that China has to offer. Sylvain, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Sylvain Minute from whatever, SA, is that what it, probably not, from Belgium. Anyway, hello to all my Belgium viewers. And no stamps, they've just got the old printed thing on there. Pretty boring, I'm afraid, but there you go. Anyway, let's crack this one open and see what we get inside here. Belgium, what do we got? Little anti-static bag and a note. I do like notes. Let's have a look. C linear, I assume that's linear technology. Yep, application note 47, figure D1 for the schematic. A PCB, the PCB design is mine. I'll post a link in the forum. Oh, forum user, thank you very much. I have a few black PCB left over for anyone interested. Excellent, so there you go. TNT on the forum. Hopefully we'll see the result on a 1 gigahertz 300X. Oh, I think I know what this might be. Without even looking at the app note, I'm thinking this is possibly one of these fast rise time kits. I've been meaning to build one. I'm only guessing. I hope I'm not wrong, because that'd be really cool if it is a fast, one of these, you know, it generates a fast rise time pulse to, yeah, it's already built up, and I think it is. I'm pretty sure this is what it is. Brilliant. I was going to build one. So it's a fast rise time pulse generator, and what these are useful for is checking the bandwidth of a scope or other things where you need a very fast, sharp rise time to generate, you know, well, there it is. Hey, pulse generator, Minute S. Thank you very much, Minute. This is awesome. Version 1.0, 2002, 30th day, 4th month. So it's pretty recent. And he's marked it there, 1.5 volts, is it? Plus minus, I'm not sure. I have to look at the app note and things, but their pulse generator, you put it straight into the scope. You can't have a lead, of course, because any lead has inductance in it, even the PCB traces. You've got to lay it out properly, and because otherwise that can affect the rise timing, gives you overshoot and undershoot on your waveform. There's a bit of an art to designing a very sharp rise time edge. So this is probably like 350 picoseconds, maybe, I think, is sort of one of these standard one, and it's all dependent upon the transistor. It uses a 2N, 2369, and they're not all equivalent. Apparently you've got to select on test for these things to find the best one. But that's a nicely little laid out board. So we've got to put a supply on there. It's a shame it doesn't have like a battery holder on the bottom or something like that, a single AAA battery holder. But yeah, it'll have a step up converter, of course, and to step up the 1.5 volts because it uses the avalanche breakdown of the transistor here to generate the pulse. So read all about it in the linear technology application note. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try this out. As Big Kev said, I'm excited. And what I really like here is the BNC. You can see how it's actually purpose designed for this. It's actually cut into, it's got a slot cutout in there. It's designed to mount on right angles on a PCB like this. And it looks really rigid because it locks the board into that slot there. I really like this BNC connector because it doesn't, it's not going to flex at all because that board is totally locked in that position. And of course you've got the huge big solder tabs here, and of course for your utmost in signal integrity, you've got your surface mount pad on here because you don't want to have a through hole lead because that will just add to your inductance. So that's a brilliant choice for a connector. I really was going to design one of these little puppies and maybe even sell it as a kit or something like that, but I'm not sure if I'll bother any more because Minute has done all that for us. Look at all the vias too. He's stitched all the way along there for the utmost in signal integrity and high frequency performance, all the way around there. Just stitched it complete, the top and bottom planes. Very nicely done. Nice little compact layout. I like it. But I just realized something with this, of course. It's the socket type instead of the plug type, so we're going to have to use a BNC to BNC cable to go in. It would have been nicer if it used the type which can plug directly into the front panel of the scope. That would have been much better. So that was real easy fixed. I just soldered a single AAA battery holder on there. You could sort of mount it on the back, you could glue it in place or tape it down or something like that and shorten up the, shorten and tidy up the wires, and then you can just stick the AAA cell on the back. But I'll do that niceties later, but let's plug it in the scope, see what we get. And we got lucky last here, and it's from Wittenberg in Broken Arrow. Okay, I assume that's Oklahoma, I think, in the United States of America. Wittenberg, I assume, is their last name, I guess. So let's have a look on the back here. What does it say? It says it's a soldering kit worth a whopping $6. So let's take a look at what type of soldering kit this is. Wittenberg, thank you very much. I assume it's your, apologies if that is actually your first name. But let's, tape, of course, tape, boom, gone, ta-da, here we go. What do we got? Ooh, here we go. We got a nice looking board in here, and that's it. Oh, let's check it out. What do we got? Hey, postcard, brilliant. Tulsa in greetings from, yeah, I was right, greetings from Oklahoma. Enclosed in my EEVblog inspired constant current dummy load. Brilliant. He's seen my video. Every man and his dog's making a constant current dummy load. There's tons of them, tons of people making them on the EEVblog forum. Check them out. Some really great schematics and info and photos of people's builds of their constant current dummy loads. Some are building like big, kilowatt dummy loads. Awesome. Anyway, it's open source hardware. You can download Gerber's BOM and schematic from my website, sleepyrobot.com. That is a brilliant URL. I love it. So go on, check it out, sleepyrobot.com. You know you want to with a name like that. I also have a few kits available, so by all means, buy one. Chris Wittenberg, thank you very much, Chris, from Broken Arrow. Beautiful name, I love it. And Tulsa, Oklahoma, first incorporated in 1898. Tulsa was also considered the oil capital of the world, and also has played an important part in the nation's development Aviation, the Space Program, and National Defense. Excellent. Hello to all my viewers from Oklahoma and from, in particular, Tulsa. And it's pretty much exactly the same as my schematic. He's got a coarse and fine potentiometer here, mixing the two. Obviously wasn't designed for a 10-turn pot there. Got a voltage follower, which is a microchip MCP 6004, and then pretty much the almost identical circuit to mine. Got a voltage divider there with a little filter, and basically he's using the MTP 3055 N-channel MOSFET, which is one of the ones I use because I had in my parts bin. He's got the resistor on the output there, so driving the capacitive gate doesn't cause the op amp to oscillate, and got a bit of capacitive feedback here to stabilize it, and that's about it. And he's using 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, there we go, 10 10-ohm resistors, a 1 ohm load like that. Got a basic heatsink and a voltage regulator, 78L05, and it's tied off the op amps here so they don't oscillate, and it's got an LED. So pretty much very similar circuit to my absolute bare bones basic one I showed in one of my earlier videos. And here's the exciting part. Let's take it all out, and I see it's got the same, it uses the same heatsink as mine. Brilliant. This will actually be much nicer than my one, which was pretty bodged if you've seen it. Mine was, you know, a pretty bodged thing. And there it is, constant current dummy load. It's open source, and it's got the heatsink on there, nice battery holder on there, 9-volt battery holder, brilliant. And just coarse and fine adjustments. You could of course replace that with one 10-turn pot if you really wanted to. Ah, look at that, Tulsa. Oh, I love this. I love customized, you know, little silk screens like that. Tulsa, is that Tulsa Man? Tulsa Man from Oklahoma. And unfortunately I've got to race off home, so I don't have time to build that up now, but I most certainly will, because I want a neater constant current dummy load. That's fantastic. So thank you much, Chris Wittenberg from sleepyrobot.com. Check it out. So thanks for all of the people who sent stuff in for today's mailbag. It's brilliant. And the address was at the start of the video. If you want to send stuff to that crazy Aussie bloke, please do. And if you like the mailbag segment, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Catch you next time.